Darksiders 2, this month's free game from PlayStation Plus. In Darksiders 2, you once again pick up the mantle as the Horseman of Death, and you must save your brother War, who is being held prisoner because you used Death Blossom on all of mankind, getting a team kill on humanity, wiping them out. As atonement for your wrongdoings, you must find the Tree of Life before the vulture stops you by taking the shape of your brother and sending you to the Forge Land after you beat him. There, you'll travel from place to place on your ghost horse to help bring back the Tree of Life or something like that. I don't know what the plot was. It was kind of confusing. Like, it went from one thing to another thing. It was like you're trying to find the Tree of Life, then you're trying to find the Well of Souls, and you're trying to like help God. So let's forget about that convoluted storyline that just has a lot of callbacks to the first game. Let's just focus on the concept. You play as the Horseman of Death. With a title like that, you must be unstoppable. You must have apocalyptic powers. That's not the case. You get stomped pretty hard. Like, Death is kind of a pussy. The controls remind me of a child that has no hand-eye coordination. Jumping from wall to wall seems like a pretty big thing in this game. But sometimes, Death can't even pull that off correctly. Oh geez, I have to jump from this pillar to that little purple thing and use my extendo arm to grab up. Well, once I jump, instead of using my purple arm, I will pull out my revolver and shoot at nothing, even though the prompt clearly says R2 and I'm pressing it as many times as I can. Jeez! Another gameplay mechanic I have a problem with is that Death can't run. He could wall run, he could swim pretty fast, but he can't run. I understand you can't run from Death, but is that only because Death walks everywhere? The only fast way to get around is your quick little Wraith teleport, or doing a couple flips. And, to be honest, the thought of the Horseman of Death doing front flips through a field makes me laugh. It takes away his serious tone, and I no longer look at him as a badass. Now, he's a pretty little girl doing somersaults, front flips in a field of daisies. The skill and upgrade tree is a joke. It seems like the abilities you get are useless, aside from summoning a couple of ghoulies or teleporting from place to place quickly. There isn't really much here. I mean, a good upgrade ability would, hey, how about a little bit more carrying space for my weapons and armor? Or how about a couple extra potions and wraith potions in my inventory? No, I didn't even unlock all the abilities. I only unlocked 2 of the... I don't know if these are DLC. I don't know what these are. I don't know what this is. The upgrade system was a joke to me. It was a fucking joke to me. One of the saving graces for me, though, for gameplay, was the weapon upgrade system. Now, I like that you can switch and transfer whichever one you wanted, and each one had its own different damage and ability. You can get health from enemies, you can get wraith from enemies. Some weapons you can get shock damage, frost damage, fire damage. Even getting gold with the Midas touch on one of those weapons. You know, it's really cool that the weapon system was done that way. Being able to sacrifice old weapons and putting them into the new weapons to make those weapons stronger was really cool. And I think that was a really big saving grace of the gameplay mechanics for me. Now, the bosses. Some of these bosses were ridiculous. I mean, you would think, you know, they're giants, they're monsters, you know, they're not going to feel that much, and you'd be right. You're hitting the legs and feet of some of these giants, and it doesn't seem like you're doing that much damage, but apparently you're killing them slowly. It doesn't feel like that, though. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying, that when I'm swinging something or I'm hitting an enemy, you want to get that feeling that, like, oh, you know, I'm actually doing some like damage. The only thing that like gave me that feeling was like a giant axe, or it was like one of those great hammers at the end that you get when you press triangle for your heavy attack. That like had a smooth like swing to it, and you just felt like you're doing a lot of damage when you're swinging, you know. But most of these weapons, I felt like I was just hitting the bosses with a water weenie, and they had giant meteorite clubs that demolished you in one hit. I'm third time. This is it right here. Death is kind of a pussy. You know, this game came out, you know, quite some time ago, and it came out in the height of the God of Wars and the Bayonettas and the Heavenly Swords, where it's just like you're just trying to get action and quick time events, and it's trying to be intense. But this just did not hit the mark for me in that whole genre. I feel like the bosses eventually just became copy and pastes of each other, and the final boss wasn't even as challenging as some of the earlier bosses in the game. So, I mean, I'm gonna say this, and if you just know, you know. The Ice King, for example. I mean, this guy sucked ball sacks. It took me forever to beat him, and it took me less time to beat the final boss than it took to beat that guy. You know, and the end game is not really worth it either. Finding a bunch of pages that have been scattered throughout the world. You have to go to each place because there's not a counter that says, oh, there's 10 pages here that you have to get, or there's a certain amount of things that you need to get here. There's no counter, so you have to go to each and every single one of those spots just in case you missed one. And I enjoy fetch quests as much as the next guy, but I don't want to be fast traveling, looking at load screens to go walk somewhere because, once again, death can't run. All in all, with my experience with this game, I don't think I'm going to be replaying it to play the Plus version. You know, it was kind of fun for a little bit. Maybe if you have a little brother, he's probably going to enjoy it. You know, a 13-year-old would really enjoy it. Everybody loves edgy death. Everybody loves an edgelord. You know? 9/11, babies dying, edgy. I decided to come back off this, you know. PlayStation Plus. You know me, I enjoy a free game. It doesn't matter where it comes from. I will enjoy it. I will check it out. But thank you guys very much for watching, and I'm hoping to come back with a couple more, and I hope that you guys really enjoyed this. This has been. Oh yeah, I didn't even put the official score. I guess would be 3 scythes out of 5 hoes. Thank you guys for watching. It's the Big Aaron 100, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon again. That'll be it. I'm out.